Hi, I'm Neil Whitaker, and I'm going to carry on making some wonderful designs in the new cardboard hand-tied boxes, and this is 180 by 180 by 250, so it's a little bit taller, so it makes it a little bit easier to do more contemporary hand-tieds. And as you can see here, we've got the wonderful areas where we can just peel off the paper, because we've got double-sided sticky tape there ready for you to actually put your box together. So then we can sit and go in with your hand, just make sure it's nice and firm. Especially one of the beauty of this is that you can actually store quite a few of them without any problem. So you've got quite a nice strong sturdy container, and we're going to start off by making a hand tied, and we're going to use a mixture of foliages. So we've got some wonderful salal here, some dracaena leaves, and we're just going to start to make these in the hand. So first of all, we're just making a small cluster, and I have made sure that I have leaf shined any of the leaves, so it just makes it look classier rather than just leaving them quite dull. So there we've made that nest of foliage ready for your flowers to be placed in. So we're going to do this with some wonderful lime green Anastasia blooms. So first of all, I'm going to just add my first bloom inside, and we've got 3 of these, so I'm going to radiate these around. And because I've already made this nest of foliage, it makes it a little bit easier for me to just gently drop in any of my flowers. I'm going to add some Matacaria into the design. It's a nice little tiny chrysanthemum in like a cream colour. It's very, very dainty, and it's also available in yellows as well. And I'm just rotating the hand tie just to give that even balance around the piece. I'm going to now take in my wonderful white mini gerbras, and then I'm going to add in a nice green carnation. So these will go within each section, so I'm actually thinking about how I'm creating the design, how I'm putting it together, making sure that there is consistency around the piece. And then I've got a couple of the wonderful green tricks carnation. And just to finish off the design, we're going to add a couple of fan palms. So one on either side, and then we're just going to add in some of the Robellini palm, which just gives you that nice softness around the outside of the hand tied. So that gives that real nice softness around the outside of your flowers. And then we can take our twine go around and tie nice and tightly. If you actually just go through a couple of times with the twine, it stops it from slipping and makes it easier when you're actually getting control. So now we're going to wrap the wonderful hand tied with one of the new cellophanes for summer, and this is called Cool Grey Lucy. And first of all, we're going to measure out 2 pieces of approximately 20 inches across. I'm going to do 2 of those to match. And then first of all, we're going to take those over so that this gives us those wonderful jagged points, and just fold in half and place to one side, and do the same with your other piece. And then we're going to cut 1 square. So we're going to take the cellophane and we're going to fold over to create a square. So we folded it in half, and then gently cut. And then we're going to fold this into a square, which gives us the centre of the cellophane when we're ready to finish and aqua pack the design. So now we're ready to wrap your hand tied. We're now going to take our first half and gently catch just around the outside, and you can see that I'm not pulling these too tight together. I'm keeping a little bit of space because we don't want to take the cellophane. If we actually got hold of the cellophane and pulled it, we'd be pulling all the flowers in, which is not what we want. We want the flowers still to have space. And then we can then sit the other half on the opposite side. So we're going to bring in our container, and because this design is quite tall, we don't need to cut the flowers too short. So we can measure roughly where we want the flowers to go. So we're going to cut around about this point. So we've got that central point of our cellophane. Now I'm going to, if I just turn this and lie, this is where the cross is in the middle of the cellophane, and I'm actually lying the end of my stem flowers just slightly off center, so that when I actually fold, it will be even all the way around, so that I can then catch the cellophane together. And then we can tie off. So as I was saying earlier, if you go round once, twice, and then pull, that will stay together. It's not going to slide apart, it's not going to open, so it controls. And then we're going to add a ribbon around the base, so roughly about 6 loops, 3 loops either side. And this will allow me then to tie my ribbon to the hand tied, and then we are ready to aqua pack the design, ready for delivery. And then we can then sit our wonderful hand tied inside, and then you've got this beautiful lush hand tied with these lime greens and creams. And obviously we will aqua pack, and then we will add any items that we need, like our name, identification, or anything to do with the shop or awards. Most important thing.